Hey, this is Randy from Funeral Funds of America, and today we are going to take a look at what $5,000 worth of final expense burial insurance, cremation insurance, funeral funds would be for a 55-year-old male. And just keep in mind, you can get a free quote on our website. Just about every page has this quota right on here, and you can just enter in your info, your birthday, your state, pick any dollar amount, and we'll give you actual pricing. And I'll show you what this looks like behind the scenes. This is the same quota that we use to help folks just like yourself. Also, we'll put a link in the comments of this YouTube video, and we'll have a link. It'll be funeralfunds.com/YouTube, and we'll have a special access to a special YouTube quota there, and you can get some discounts and everything on that quota as well. And so let's take a look kind of right off the bat, though. Let's talk about $5,000. And, you know, when would $5,000 be appropriate for a 55-year-old male? Well, you know, if you were looking at getting buried at some point in the future and you had no other insurance or other funds, $5,000 wouldn't be enough. Now, let's say you had an existing $5,000 or $10,000 worth of insurance already, and you at the time it was enough, and you just want to add some coverage, then $5,000 might be appropriate. If you had some cash reserves or, you know, some sort of other liquid funds that your family could get out really quickly, and you only needed another $5,000, that would be appropriate too. But for most people, $5,000 is not going to be enough for a burial. So it would be enough for a cremation, though. And a lot of people, if they're looking just to be cremated, that $5,000 is just going to be terrific for them, because the average cost of a cremation in the United States is just between $1,000 to $2,000. Now, that's nothing fancy. That's where you just come home in a cardboard box or an urn. But, you know, $1,000 to $2,000. So for a 55-year-old, you know, $5,000 would be it'd be very appropriate, because, you know, if you died right now, it would totally pay for your cremation. And there'd be some extra left to, you know, pay for some other final expenses, medical bills, stuff like that. However, if you're blessed to live another 10, 15, 20, 30 years, then you've got extra coverage in there that will offset inflation. You should never have to worry about this again. Now, let's say you wanted a little bit more than just come home in a cardboard box or an urn. If you wanted to have a celebration of life or a remembrance ceremony, something like that, you know, that's probably going to be between, you know, $3,500 and $4,500 there. So that $5,000 would still be appropriate. But, you know, you're 55 and we don't expect you to die anytime soon. So you might want to bump that up to $7,000. But just depending on your unique needs and your age, you know, typically we're recommending between $3,000 to $7,000 for a cremation. So a couple of other things, though, is, you know, we really feel you should only get, you know, just the amount of insurance you really need. Don't overinsure. A lot of times people will say, you know, hey, I'd like to leave some money for the family. And we'd all like to leave $1 million if we could, right, for the family, or even more. The challenge is we get older, insurance gets more expensive. So we would rather see you keep the money in your own hands. And, you know, maybe instead of giving more money to the insurance company, take that money and spend it on your family while you're alive. And they will greatly enjoy that. And they'll have those memories for the rest of your life. So if you want more insurance, we can certainly help you out there, but don't feel obligated to get, you know, to overinsure. And the other important thing is first aid coverage. Make sure you get first aid coverage. 95% of the people we talk with qualify for first aid coverage. And you won't believe how many people out there get talked into those 2-year waiting period plans. And you absolutely don't want to do that. Like I've got one pulled up here. Colonial Penn. You've probably seen them advertise $9.95, right? Let's go find a $9.95. There we go. $9.95 per unit. But, you know, at 55 years old, how much does that actually buy you? And the answer is not an awful lot. So at 55 years old, for a 55-year-old male here, one unit's going to be $1,420. Yeah, that's, boy, that would be close, you know, oof. You could probably find a couple places to cremate you for that, you know, right now. But, you know, remember, this policy's got a 2-year waiting period. So in 2 years, that $1,420 is going to be less than it is right now due to inflation. So yeah, we just can't recommend, in good faith, those 2-year waiting period policies. As crafty as those marketers at Colonial Penn, and we're not saying they're a bad company, they've just got really terrific marketing that has a lot of people thinking they're going to get $20,000, $30,000 worth of insurance for $9.95. Couldn't be further from the truth. So going back to coverage, what should you look for? You definitely want first day coverage, which that's what we specialize in here at Funeral Funds of America, first day coverage. And again, 95% of the people are going to qualify for that. The only people that wouldn't would be, say you had a terminal illness or dementia or dialysis, or you're in the hospital or a nursing home or something like that. We unfortunately, we get calls, all the time, at least it seems like once a week, for people saying, hey, my uncle or I had a family member, die a few days ago, and we figured it's finally time to get this insurance now that they passed away, because we don't have any money to pay for the burial. And we have the unfortunate responsibility of telling them that you can't get this type of insurance on somebody who's already dead, somebody who's passed away. So it's very sad to do that, but it's just a good reminder too that you need to get this insurance actually before you need it. So again, we don't recommend 2-year waiting period policies. And, some of those companies out there, Colonial Penn, obviously right here, but others would be Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line. That's a 2-year waiting period. AIG, Gerber, those are all 2-year waiting period policies too. So let's look at some prices here, because we're talking about $5,000 for a 55-year-old male. Let's look at what Colonial Penn would do. Let's kind of find out. You're probably going to have to go up to 3-4 units on it. Okay, so 3 units is $4,260. 4 units is $5,608. So really, if you're looking at, it's a little high and low depending on their units, but $35 would probably be around $5,000. And again, it's going to have a 2-year waiting period. But let's go take a look at our quoter here. And this is the quoter that we offer, and you'll be able to see the same pricing that we use, and you'll be able to see all the companies that offer, coverage in your state. So we've got 5,000 here. We've got a male, and that's age 55. Let's go and hit this, get a quote. Let's see how much this is. Now remember, Colonial Penn's around $35 for 5,000, because we're having to kind of blend between units just the way they work. You actually can't buy $5,000 worth of this Colonial Penn insurance. You've got to buy their units, which means you end up with really weird amounts like $5,680. All right, but if we go here, so again, around $35 for 5,000, if you could get it. And if we go here with this company here, and we work with Trinity Life, they're a great company. If you'd like to get their pricing, just let us know. But that's $17.68. And level means level coverage, which means first day coverage. It's not a 2-year waiting period. And it's $17.68. So that's, if you doubled that, that'd be around 36, this is around 35. So the Colonial Penn ends up being right around 200% more. It's around 200% more than this company that offers first day coverage. And with Colonial Penn, you've got that 2-year waiting period where they only, if you die of a health or medical reason in the first 2 years, they will only refund your premium plus a percentage. And Colonial Penn does not have one of the better percentages out there in the industry. Let's take a look at a couple other companies that advertise a lot, because Colonial Penn advertises a lot on TV. That's probably why their insurance is so expensive. They've got to pay for all the TV advertisement. But let's go down and look at a couple here. Let's see here. See, these are all the different companies you'll be able to take a look at. So let's take a look at here, like Lincoln Heritage. They've got a plan where they say, hey, when you pass away, we'll have somebody call, like 2 or 3 different funeral homes to kind of shop around and get you the best pricing and all that stuff. So Lincoln Heritage is a fine company, but they really charge a lot more for that service. And you've really got to ask yourself over time, is it worth paying for that when it's really not that expensive to do that on your own. So they're $26. And again, if we go up here to our other company and, they're 17. So, it's about, just round it, say around $10 more a month-ish. So 10, that's an extra $120 a year. If you live another 10 years up to age 65, that's going to cost you $1,250. If you live 20 years, that'll cost $2,400 more. Well, that's an awful lot. That's an awful lot of money just to make 3 phone calls and do a couple things. So at Funeral Funds of America, we've got a funeral and estate planning guide, and we provide that for free. You can set up your insurance. You can set up all your final wishes and everything so that your family doesn't even have to worry about this, and they just open it up when you pass away, and you left that gift. You've left all that gift of information and funds and the insurance and everything for them. And, they're going to be so grateful at that time. But, just watch out for companies that add on extra fees and, for something that really is not a lot of benefit, or something that's going to cost you a lot of money in the future. So, other companies, is there anybody else out here? Again, you can pull this up. There's some companies that don't offer specific types of insurance or coverage amounts, and you can see our quoter will tell you all of that. So anyway, if you want help, just go to our website, funeralfunds.com. And again, in the notes down here, we're going to have funeralfunds.com/YouTube. And in the comments, we will have a link to a special YouTube quarter so you can get discounts. And then we're also going to show you, for a 55-year-old male, what 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20, and 25,000. We'll have videos for all of those amounts. So as always, you can call us to our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. But when you're ready for help, and when you want somebody that you can trust will help you get the best pricing and the best coverage, and most importantly, we specialize in first-day coverage, you give us a call. But until then, we wish you the best. We are always here for you. You know where to find us. You take care. Bye-bye.